Assalamu alaikum. How are you all? I expect you all to be safe and sound and in good health. If you remember, in the previous class, I had concentrated on the consonant sounds. I enumerated the symbols one by one. And I also informed you people that if we are having alphabets, letters for word formation, we have certain phonemes and attributed symbols for sounds. So if you just look at the whiteboard, I have written consonant sounds. In the first session, when I was trying to elaborate the concept of consonant sounds, I told you that consonants are 24 in number, and we would also venture on the features of consonant sounds. Then we will move towards the vowel sounds. But first, I'm going to revolve my discussion around the consonant sounds and their respective features. Now, the topic that I'm going to elaborate today is about voiced and unvoiced consonants. First and foremost, it's very much pertinent to mention that we never ever understand the features of sounds or consonants and vowel sounds if we do not understand that how and where these sounds are produced. When I refer to the idea of how, it means that what is the manner of articulation. When I refer to the place, it means that where a particular sound is produced, it indicates and represents the notion of place of articulation. So over here, I am going to explain the very first feature with regard to the consonant sounds. If you just look at the whiteboard, I have listed each and every consonant sound. Now I'm going to discuss voiced and unvoiced distinction. Now, there is a method, and on the basis of same method, we are going to identify the difference between voiced and unvoiced consonants. For that matter, I will also attribute one of my lectures to the organs of speech. Why? Because on the basis of these organs of speech and their understanding, we are going to understand the other dimensions, that how and where a particular consonant or vowel is uttered. But for today, I'm going to explain that how do we identify and realize the voiced and voiceless distinction. First, how are we going to explain that this particular sound is voiced or unvoiced? That is on the basis of vocal cords. Let me mention that. We also call them vocal folds. Now, vocal cords. We have vocal cords over here. If you look at my neck, over here you can see this apples-like area. This is known as Adam's apple, and we call this area glottis. We have a glottis, and this glottis is enclosed within two vocal cords / folds. For example, you can see over here, let's say this is a glottis, an apples-like component, and this glottis is enclosed between two vocal cords or vocal folds. Now, what do we mean by voiced and unvoiced? By voiced and unvoiced, we mean that if these two vocal cords vibrate, when these two vocal cords vibrate, then that particular sound would be voiced sound. Which sound? Voiced sound. When two vocal cords during the course of articulation of a particular phoneme vibrate, then that respective phoneme would be voiced. If In the articulation of a specific particular phoneme, the vocal cords do not vibrate, then that particular phoneme would be unvoiced. Today, I am going to teach you how to understand this. How am I going to feel that are my vocal cords vibrating or they are not? Let's see how we are going to identify this. For that matter, you need to do one thing. Place your hand over here on your neck and articulate the first sound, that is P. What? P. Then articulate the second sound, B. P, B, P, B. When you utter, when you produce, when you articulate P sound, there you feel no vibration. But when you say, or the moment you begin with B sound, there you feel a kind of vibration in your neck. That particular vibration indicates that P is your voiceless or unvoiced phoneme and B is your voiced phoneme. Why? Because in P consonant you do not feel any vibration, and in B you feel a particular vibration. So let's start and understand these consonants vis-a-vis voiced and voiceless distinction. Number one, P. P. P is voiceless. B. B is voiced. What's the third? T. T is unvoiced. It is unvoiced. D. D is voiced. F. F is unvoiced. V. V is voiced. T. Unvoiced. D. Voiced. Ch. Unvoiced. J. Voiced. Sh. Unvoiced. J. Voiced. K. Unvoiced. G. Voiced. W. Voiced. Y. Voiced. S. Unvoiced. Z. Voiced. H. Unvoiced. L. Voiced. R. Voiced. M. Voiced. N. Voiced. Angma, ing sound, voiced. Now, how am I going to understand this? The very simple logic or mantra to distinguish between voiced and voiceless consonant is that you just place your hand over here and you pronounce, you articulate, you utter a consonant sound. If you feel that there is a vibration in your vocal cords or vocal folds, then that specific phoneme would be voiced. But if you feel that there is no vibration in the articulation or production of a particular consonant, then that particular phoneme would be unvoiced. That's the simple logic, and it is one of the features of consonant sound to realize and appreciate the voiced and unvoiced distinction. The very basic confusion in this voiced and voiceless consonant sounds is that most of the students often come up with a question that when we say P, we also feel a kind of vibration as opposed to B. In B, the vibration is quite clear, but in P, there is also vibration at a minimal scale. This is not the reason. When you say P, that particular feeling that you are feeling a vibration in your neck, that is not vibration, that is the sound that you are producing. So you mistake, or we mistakenly assume that this sound is actually the vibration in the neck. This is not the vibration, this is the feeling of that sound. But when you pronounce B, there is a very visible and obvious vibration in the neck, in the vocal cords. That is how we are going to demarcate between voiced and unvoiced consonant sounds. So this is something that you need to remember. Now I'm going to explain that how are we going to indicate that which one is voiced and which one is unvoiced. For example, If you look at them, whenever you wish to indicate that a particular sound is voiced, you are going to write V. V means voiced. If a specific consonant sound is, let's say, unvoiced, then what you are going to do? You are going to just simply put minus with V. Minus means unvoiced. Minus means unvoiced. If a particular or a specific sound is voiced, then put V and along with V plus. Plus means that this particular consonant sound is voiced. This is how you are going to analyze these sounds linguistically with regard to voiced and voiceless distinction. Now, this was one of the features of consonants. We would also go for other features in the next sessions. Now, for today, I would like you all to repeat this practice and identify them in this manner. Plus V and minus V. Plus V for voiced, minus V for unvoiced, and try to understand and learn that how we are going to draw a line between voiced and unvoiced consonant sounds. This much is sufficient for today. I request you all to revise this and stay updated. Do subscribe my channel. I would see you all in the next session with a new topic related to consonant sounds. Till then, take care. Goodbye.